Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to begin a three-nation visit aimed at deepening India's engagement across the Indo-Pacific. The visit comes as New Delhi steps up its outreach under the Act East policy with focus on strengthening strategic partnerships in the region. Here's a report.
Narendra Modi will embark on a three-nation visit to Indonesia, Australia and New Zealand beginning July 6th, with a strong focus on maritime security, trade, critical minerals, defense cooperation and strengthening India's Act East policy. Briefing the media ahead of the visit, Ministry of External Affairs officials said the Prime Minister will be in Indonesia from July 6th to 8th, in Australia from July 8th to 10th and in New Zealand on July 10th and 11th.
In Indonesia, the main place of engagement is the capital, Jakarta, but the Prime Minister will also be visiting the cultural center or historic city of Yogyakarta. In Melbourne, the Prime Minister will participate in the third India-Australia annual summit process. After Australia, the Prime Minister will be in New Zealand, where he will hold discussions with Prime Minister Lakson.
In Indonesia, Prime Minister Modi will hold talks with President Prabowo Subianto to review the comprehensive strategic partnership and advance cooperation in maritime security, defense, trade and cultural ties. He will also visit the UNESCO-listed Prambanan Temple complex in Yogyakarta, where India and Indonesia are expected to collaborate on conservation work. Indonesia occupies a pivotal position in the Strait of Malacca, one of the world's busiest sea lanes and a vital maritime corridor for India and the global economy. In Australia, Prime Minister Modi will participate in the third India-Australia Annual Summit in Melbourne. Discussions are expected to cover critical minerals, cybersecurity, supply chain resilience, emerging technologies and defense cooperation. The visit is expected to provide momentum to negotiations on the proposed comprehensive economic cooperation agreement.
The conversations, I guess, will also cover emerging areas of our bilateral relations, in particular the critical minerals, the cybersecurity domain, supply chain resilience, emerging technologies, and so on.
The Prime Minister will conclude his tour in New Zealand, where he will hold talks with Prime Minister Christopher Luxon. The visit will be the first by an Indian Prime Minister to New Zealand in 4 decades and follows Luxon's visit to India in 2025, after which bilateral ties have accelerated, including the signing of the India-New Zealand Free Trade Agreement.
The visit to New Zealand is also significant from a historical perspective. It will be the first visit by the Indian Prime Minister in 40 years. A lot of work has already taken place in developing the relationship since Prime Minister Luxon's visit. But we hope to continue that work and impart greater content to this bilateral relationship.
The broader theme underpinning the three-nation tour is strengthening partnerships across the Indo-Pacific through enhanced economic engagement, maritime cooperation, connectivity and support for a rules-based maritime order. Bureau Report, DD India.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to visit Indonesia, beginning his three-nation tour from the 6th of July. Indonesia is not only a key partner to India in sectors like defense, maritime and others, but the deep cultural bond shared between the two nations is a testament to India's strong presence on the global diplomatic forum. Deepika Mehto sends us this report from Jakarta, Indonesia.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to undertake a three-nation visit from 6th to 11th July. The visit begins with India's important maritime partner, Indonesia, with whom India's deep cultural bond and people-to-people ties are known across the world. Reflecting India's engagement in the eastern maritime region of the Indian Ocean under its Act East policy, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's upcoming Indonesia visit will begin on 6th July, with key engagements with the President of Indonesia scheduled to take place in Jakarta on 7th July. While the upcoming visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Indonesia will focus on key sectors like energy, food and others, defense partnership will also be an important part of the India-Indonesia relationship, which will be in focus.
The comprehensive strategic partnership that was first put in place when Prime Minister Modi visited Indonesia in 2018 has become a major building block of India's Act East policy and the Mahasagar vision over these last few years. Indonesia is also a key country within the ASEAN grouping that has been playing collectively a very important role in strengthening the rule-based order in this zone.
Indonesia has always played an important role in the security and stability of the Malacca Strait as well. Hence, the upcoming visit becomes very important in the maritime zone for India, representing one of the country's most significant sea lanes of communication as an Indian Ocean nation.
Indonesia has always played an important role for the security and stability of the Malacca Straits maritime zone. This is a very important maritime zone for India as it represents one of the most important sea lanes of communication for India as an Indian Ocean nation. Not just for India, probably for the global economy itself.
On 8th July, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will travel to Yogyakarta, where he is scheduled to visit the Prambanan temple complex, furthering the rich cultural ties between India and Indonesia. Ahead of this upcoming visit, Indonesia and India agreed to strengthen their strategic partnership in trade, investment, strategic industries, as well as maritime and digital connectivity at the 8th Joint Commission meeting, which was held in New Delhi this year between the foreign ministers of both the nations. Before that, India rolled out the red carpet for Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto as the chief guest of India's Republic Day 2025 celebrations. The continuous bilateral exchanges not only strengthen the bond between India and Indonesia, which is also an important ASEAN member for India, but will also prove to be a key visit ahead of India's BRICS summit.
India and Indonesia special strategic partnership is going to get a major boost with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's fourth visit to Indonesia and here in Jakarta. A lot of expectations are there. There are key sectors which are going to get a lot of benefit, be it the maritime cooperation, be it the defense partnership, or be it the food security sector. And not only this, once again, we'll get to see a great display of the deep cultural bond that both the nations share and enjoy with each other. We'll get you all the latest from Ground Zero from Jakarta straight away. With camera person Uttam and Ramakant, this is Deepika reporting for DD India from Jakarta, Indonesia.